the deep root of all this is the yearning for a happier state of life. That is the deep yearning for enlightenment. Therefore, if we want to cure all this illness, we have to introduce enlightenment into people's life and make him happy. Yeah.
Okay. For the first time in my life, I feel like I am getting closer to happiness. Am I making the right decisions? Am I still full of fear? I am still full of fear.
I don't know. If it's the first time that you feel you're getting close to happiness, then I think you're in the right direction. Continue in that direction. Okay?
How can I overcome the pain? I have been abused by my own father. Please, Master, give us a word of peace to all women like myself who suffer day after day the karma of incest.
I think you better forget it and start a new one. Sometimes things happen in our life, and if we don't like it, we just cut it. Yeah? Turn another page and finish. If you don't like to read a page because it's full of something that doesn't satisfy you and unhappiness, turn to another page, begins anew, or throw the whole book away. Buy a new one. Okay?
Do you initiate people who are also initiated with another master or other masters?
Sure, if they want to seek a higher upliftment, yes?
I want to know why I cannot find peace even with meditation and love God. Thank you to answer.
Maybe you should try our meditation method. Yeah? There are so many kinds of so-called meditations. And of course, not all of them offer the true connection with eternal happiness. So you try ours, okay?
Can I practice transcendental meditation and your meditation at the same time?
If you absolutely must. But many of the transcendental followers came to practice with us, and after a while they dropped the transcendental meditation. And they just follow this. Yeah? It would be better for you to concentrate on one at a time. If you do not feel absolutely convinced with our way of practice, then you stay with the transcendental meditation. It's no hurry, and think about it. And if you are convinced in this path, then just follow one. Yeah? It would be better for you. But I do not forbid anything. It's just a guidance for you.
Our galaxies are never ending. Do we go on from one galaxy to another throughout our spiritual self?
It's not necessary to do that physically. It will exhaust you. Once we reach the height of enlightenment, we can see everything within 1 second. There's no need to go around shopping like that.
Thank you. You've told me exactly what I needed to hear. If I continue to eat meat, will I still have enlightenment after initiation? And how long will it take?
Meat is the cause of all wars and sufferings in this world, as well as your personal self. To refrain from meat is to contribute peace in this planet, because we terminate the cause of killing. Therefore, we will not reap the result of being killed or being wounded. And also, to refrain from meat eating is a non-direct action towards thou shalt not kill, the precept. Also to nourish our compassions toward all beings and treat them all as equal creation of God. Therefore, it is best that we refrain from animals' product. And even if you are enlightened after initiation with meat-eating diet, you will suffer a lot of many heavy karmic burdens because it has to be cleansed out. And sometimes, if you reach a certain height in spiritual attainment, you will experience some side effect of a non-physical purity when clashed with the absolute purity of heaven. Understand? And it's not always easy to withstand the intensity of power within yourself while having a little impure physical and mental state of being. Yeah.
Why has my ego risen? Why has his ego become bigger?
How do I know? It's your business. Perhaps nobody ever scolds you. Perhaps your position rise in the society. Perhaps you're too successful in your business. Perhaps your wife or your husband spoil you too much. Yeah?
I wish to be enlightened. Why should I bother about staying in this society?
About what? Staying in this society.
Society.
Oh, I see. I see. But why not? Yeah? Why not? It's your choice, of course, but why choose? Why bother to choose? Because we were born in this society. We own a lot to this society to survive, to grow up, and to enjoy all the comforts that we have now. Therefore, it's also okay to stay in the society to repay some of this kindness. Just to be present, just to be one of the whole and non-discriminating whether I am enlightened or he is not enlightened. And I am an enlightened person, I don't mix with an unenlightened person, and this kind of thing. When the person turns inward all the time, he doesn't mind who is around him. He doesn't even know that he is in the society or out of the society. He just be himself and do what must be done at that moment, always in the present. Yeah? That is the true enlightened person.
For the spiritual aspirant that has more than one spiritual teacher, how can he or she know which teacher is the most appropriate in the present moment?
Yes, you have to ask yourself, or you pray to God, whomever you believe, to guide you, and to whomever you feel most attracted to and most trusted, that is the person for you. All right?
Is it possible to become awakened without a spiritual guide?
Yes, possible, very much possible. But without guidance, you probably cannot go very far. You see, to be awakened and to be completely awakened is two different things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when a master who already traveled from the material existence to the highest awakening state, they can guide you. It's best and faster and safer.
You were introduced as the most perfect being that has ever graced the earth.
Yeah?
How do you respond to that?
Oh yes, I am. But yes, no, I'm not. Because I don't know that I am that perfect. But yet, my disciples all proved that I am. So, Take what you believe, okay? By the way, you are also the most perfect beings, except that you don't know it yet. So there's no big deal about being perfect. Because because if we believe in the Bible, it says that, know you not that you are the temple of God and the Holy Spirit dwells within you. Be you perfect as well, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. And God made man in his own image. If I am made after God, I am perfect. Sorry if you don't know that. Okay?
How through this enlightenment or initiation can we bring all people and living beings to supreme enlightenment and destroy all negative things and suffering?
We cannot bring all beings into the state of supreme enlightenment because we are enlightened. But to us, ourselves, the enlightened person, all the beings, all the sufferings disappear. You understand? That's the most important. When you are enlightened, when you are in the state of samadhi, there's no beings, no suffering, nothing exists. And when you come out of the enlightenment, if you wish, come out of the samadhi state, if you wish, you contact to those who are not enlightened and who see things as suffering. So you try to help them. Whomever like to know your state of non-suffering, they can come. Yeah? If they do not, it's fine. They have to learn their lessons. You can't force all the children in your family to become a professor of the university just because you are one. But you can guide them step by step until they become grown up and educated enough to be like you. All right? Yeah?
How to get rid of the fear of death?
Oh, I die every day. There's no need to fear when we know death is just a step in from one room to the next. It's quicker than that. I could just sit here and die, but you don't know. Very fast. A step from one plane of existence to the next. That is the process of so-called death. And it can be done in seconds, not even second. So there's nothing to fear about it. If you fear death, come to me. I'll teach you how to die every day and you get used to it. Just like when you first drive the car, you don't know how to drive, so you're very afraid, right? If you drive it every day, you get used to it.
Immediate enlightenment is perhaps possible, but it took you a lot of time and it didn't seem as easy. Please tell us a little bit about your own path of enlightenment and the difficulties you experienced.
Oh, immediate enlightenment means when you come for initiation, you get immediate enlightenment. But you have to nourish it. Yeah, just like a child. You have a child, but you have to give him food every day and to make him grow. Enlightenment is simpler. It's similar like that. And the child you raise could be very difficult or could be very, obedient. Yeah, according to your background, your karma, your family status, etc. So enlightenment comes immediately at time of initiation, but to nourish it is your right, is your duty. And it doesn't take me very long. It didn't take me very long. I had 6 months of apprenticeship. But maybe it takes you 6 years, or maybe 60 years. But that doesn't mean forever. And after initiation, you are promised of liberation, regardless of your level of attainment. Liberation and the mastership is different, of course, yeah? The Buddhahood and the disciples are different, but all are liberated. Just like we live in Canada, but there's someone who is rich, who is noble, who has a high position in the society and someone who live a little bit more ordinary life. But still, all of these people are Canadian citizens and enjoy the same right, the same peaceful atmosphere, and the same, prestige of this great country. Yeah.
How do you know so many things?
What things do I know? Do I know anything? All the things you ask are just very common. I only give you a handful of sand compared to what I know, which is like the ocean, the sand within the ocean and on the beach of the whole world put together. So don't praise me because you underestimate me by doing that. Do not praise me because you have all this. You have more. Just get to know yourselves, and whatever I tell you today or in all the books or the tapes will be very insignificant to you, because you will know that you are great. You own the whole universe. That's what you should know. You should praise yourself. You should not praise me. We are the same.
Must one work or deal with the sexual energy in order to get or gain enlightenment?
No. Just relax. All the energies and struggle you spend to fight with the sexual urge is better to spend in meditation. Yeah? Why should you torture your body so much? It's a very natural phenomena, and it will lessen its intensity with time. Yeah? If you're married, the even passion, everything will become very much lessened. And the more you meditate, the more heavenly enjoyment you will find. And when sex, I tell you, it's just a substitute for heavenly bliss. And because most of us lacked the real pleasure, therefore we cling to the lower substitute. But once we know the real thing, the other thing lost its charm. Just like when we grow up, all the toys, plastic model of cars, has no more great meaning to us, because we have Benz, we have Cadillac, we have Rolls Royce, or even we have real car, any car, understand? We know it goes faster, and we know it's more useful. So don't worry about the sexual problem, just get enlightenment, yeah? After enlightenment, don't fear that you lose everything. You just enjoy things more intensively, but you know when and how, and you do not abuse your enjoying power like you did before enlightenment. You might have sex now and again if you wish, and enjoy it. But the enlightenment is your main aim of life, and it will never leave you after initiation anyhow. It keeps pushing you. You can't just not go forward. You can't just be ignorant again. And even if you have a little exercise now and again with your wife, so what? God doesn't care that much. You fear too much of everything, yeah? Even a little sexual impulse scares you, huh? Nothing is so fearsome.
According to you, what is positive? What is positivism? Or what is being positive?
Yeah, I understand. It is probably a kind of attitude of some people, yeah? They try to hypnotize themselves, into thinking that everything is great, everything is possible in life. But thinking alone helps only very little. If we know the root of all the problems by shining the torch of enlightenment on all corners of life, we tackle problems better. Not in a positive way, not in a positive way, but in a right way. Be it be positive or negative. If we only be positive, we neglect another part of life, which is very important. It's just like you only choose men and you don't care about women. Can we do that? Yeah? No, we can't. So, an enlightened person knows how to handle positive and negative. Not to reject anything, but to make all things into full use for life and the life after. Okay? Yeah. I don't preach extreme things.
What are the limits of tolerance?
Oh, you answer. I guess the person who asked must be pushed beyond his patience in some matter. So I guess there's no limit to it. If you are in a situation like that, maybe try to turn the page. When you can't bear anymore, you turn to another page. Yeah? Try to make something else out of your life instead of just sitting there and bear all things. Get enlightenment first, yeah? And then see what you have to do next. Yeah.
What do you think of the future for our youth? Do you feel that, or have a lot of faith in our future generation?
Oh, yeah, our future will be very good, very good. More people are enlightened these days than during the time of Jesus or Buddha or any other period of our Earth planet. So I think our future will be very bright. It's already getting brighter, yeah? The political situation of the world is already very hopeful, yeah? Many of the great arch-enemy nations shake hands with each other, yeah? And want to talk about peace and economical resurrection. So we should feel positive, huh?
Is it important to love yourself more than others and all living beings, as long as you wish compassion for other beings?
As long as you
wish compassion.
Oh. That's a little bit difficult. If you wish somebody else richness, will he get rich? Huh? If somebody is hungry, come to your door, and you sit there in your meditation, perhaps, because you are a great being, and you wish him some food, will that be done? Okay. So wishing and doing is something else. If we are enlightened, actually, we don't need to help anyone if we don't wish to, because we see things in a different way. We are happy within ourselves. And sometimes it's difficult to see other people suffering because we don't know it. But if we can, if we're willing, we can, descend from our hate and see other brothers and sisters are still mired in ignorance and in suffering, and do whatever we can to help them. That is the real compassion and love, not just to wish. Yeah?
Is sex between individuals who mutually consent all right?
Mutually consent. What is that? Of course, you both have to consent before it happens. Why do you talk too much about sex? Is there anything important about that? You know, the animals, they don't talk about it. They can do it just as great. So what's the big deal? Let me think of what you truly want to ask me. You mean the precepts of sexual misconduct? Okay. Misconduct in sexual relationship means trying to refrain from taking other people's beloved person by doing deliberate actions or speech or other things to minimize other people's happiness. Understand? It's just like taking other people's possession. So we try to refrain from that. But otherwise, it's okay for you to have a boyfriend or girlfriend. I think, is that what you meant? Yeah? Anyhow, do not talk about sex, please. You have to understand that sex without love is nothing. So you have to say it's a kind of loving relationship or intercourse between the two lovers that would be more sensible to human beings. I don't know how you live your life, but sex is not all that important. If you love someone, maybe you try to show your love in different ways, by action, by speech, by mental, yeah? The true love must have a spiritual aspect also, yeah? So if you just have the so-called sex, we degrade ourselves and our beloved into animal standard. So please do not look at it that way. If you love someone, it's all right to love him and her in the way you like, in the way that both of you feel appropriate. But try to refrain from taking someone else's happiness and beloved. That's all what I meant, okay? Try to refrain.
Do you feel that it's possible or believe that we can meet those who have already died before us and to know them again?
Oh yeah. You mean the ancestor? Ancestor. Yeah, we can. We can see the past masters and saints, and we can see our ancestors also, our friends. Many of our disciples see them after initiation, because I have promised that 5 generations will be liberated also with the initiation from one person. So many of them will see their ancestor come back to them and thank them that they, through the initiation and through their spiritual practice, they have been liberated. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, but that is not high level, huh? It's nothing big deal.
How can we earn our living without depriving others chances of earning their own living? For example, if I don't have a job, somebody else will have it and be happy. If I don't cut a tree to make a living, that tree will feed numerous different beings.
Okay. No problem. You have a job because God gives you that job. Even if you're out of that job, nobody can take that job if it has not been meant for them. So do not feel guilty. Whatever you get it, you get it. It's just if we try to compete with other people and try to put that person down and try to do many tricks in order to trick him out of the position, and then we replace him, that is a different thing. But if we get it naturally in the competitive society, first come, first serve, yeah? If the other person wants that position, he should be as fast as you or as capable as you. And about cutting trees, you can cut that trees and plant 10 more. So don't worry about that, okay? Just plant more trees. We respect nature, but we do not become slave to nature. The trees are there to serve us in different ways. It may give us shade when the shade is necessary. It may give us strength to the house if a pole in the room is needed. It may give warmth to your house if you need wood for fuel. So don't worry about cutting trees. If it's allowed and if it is abundant in your country, you have to look into the situation, not always become nature worshippers, because human values are the topmost. If you cut all the trees and do not plant new ones, of course it is no good. But if you cut one tree, plant 10 or 20, what's the harm? Understand? Understand? See? We cannot be fanatic. We have to be flexible in different situations.
Why do you wear such gorgeous clothes? You look like a pretty bride.
A what?
A beautiful bride.
Oh. Why not? I have them, so I wear them. Should I appear very ugly to you? Would that please you better? Huh? I believe in truth, beauty, and virtue. And if I can possess any of them or all of them, I'll do. All right? Don't you agree? Yeah?
Can you use your enlightenment to pacify the troubled areas of the world, such as wars and hunger?
Yes, I can, if you help me. If you also become enlightened the way I am, then it is possible. Otherwise, it is not. Because just like a professor, he's grown up and he has knowledge. But if his children or his relatives or brother, sister doesn't want to be educated, then how can they avoid poverty or other hardship that comes with the person with little knowledge? Is that right?
Can you predict the future of the Vietnamese people?
Of the what?
Of the Vietnamese.
Oh.
Or of Vietnam?
I don't predict anything. I'm not a fortune teller. The future depends on the present. Any country is the same. Any person, same. If the present people, in the present time, people getting enlightened and change into the virtuous way of governing a nation, then of course the future of Vietnam will be bright. If the government stay stubborn, stay the way it was 10 years ago, the country will remain backward. That's very simple to predict. Any of you can predict. Huh? Why me? What's wrong with Canadian humor?
Nothing exists. Do you agree with this statement? Nothing exists outside of oneself.
Yes, I agree. I agree. But to know that is not enough. We have to experience it through enlightenment.
In my dream, I see myself flying. Why?
Oh, it is very common. We did that when we were children also. Yeah? Sometimes because of the past experiences of different life in different planets, so we experience something. Like in other planets, we don't walk, but we fly. Maybe you just came from a higher spiritual planet, and that memory is still within you, so you experience it now and again. If you want to know why, better get enlightenment. I advertise all the time, but you don't know it.
Is it we who decide to become angel or devil?
Yes, sure. But also circumstances. If we are not strong enough to withstand the temptation of life, then of course we fall into the other side of nature, which is negative. Yeah? And when we are strong enough, we stay in middle, and we can have both positive and negative at our disposal. That is the way of the enlightened person.
What you have said sounds right and good, but what can you do that is useful for us?
What do you want me to do for you? You have a rich country, you have not a high employment unemployment rate, your government is fantastic, your country is beautiful. What can I do for you except give you enlightenment? Hmm? I only help whenever necessary. For example, we have the Philippines when they have volcanoes. We have millions of dollars. We have the Vietnamese when they have flood. We have the Chinese and other countries when they have disaster, etc., when they ask for help. That's because they need it. But your country, what do you want from me? Huh? You should contribute to me.
How can one live in happiness if the others keep bothering you?
Yeah, that's why you have to get enlightenment. And then even other bothers you do not feel so much anymore. Just like you have a raincoat, and even if it rains, you don't get wet, okay? Not to change others, but to protect ourselves.
Even though I practice meditation always, I don't feel the progress.
Yeah, you have to change. Change to another kind if you don't feel progress in one, yeah? Or maybe you're not sincere enough. Or take care where you fail, yeah? Not always blaming on the meditation or the teacher of your meditation. And if your meditation is not good, then change, huh? There are so many to choose.
Is it necessary to seek consciousness, or should we just remain open and the consciousness will come on its own?
Very difficult, very difficult. There's a switch inside you. It will be switched on when at the so-called initiation, even though I don't do anything physical to you. And sometimes during deep prayers or deep meditation, you may be able to accidentally switch it on, but that won't last. Yeah? Therefore, it's better to have an experienced friend who teach you.
Would you give initiation to someone who would criticize you on the positive side and not slander you?
Sure, they criticize me all the time. All my disciples do that. What I wear and what I do, what kind of my shoes, what kind of my hair, not everybody is pleased, because you can't please everyone. Criticize if you must, but be enlightened. Just take my instruction and not my person, okay? That will do you lasting good.
How do I go beyond the mind and feel God in each other?
Well, go beyond the mind and feel God in each other?
Yeah, in everybody. Please explain why God created the flesh-eating animals like tigers, lions, and the vegetable-eating animals. In this case, how could there be the peace between these two species? I mean, the chain of the food.
In chain of what?
The food chain. How do you? How can there be peace in this food chain?
Oh, I see. God creates the tigers and the lions so that we can criticize them. And then to refrain from doing the way they do, because we are not beasts. All right? It's a good example for not doing it. You can't laugh, huh? You can't laugh, huh?
Do you not think that enlightenment is possible through each and every one's religious practice? If
it's already possible, then it's fine. If it's not, then come to us. All right? To some it's possible, to some it's not. It depends on the religious order which you belong, whether that order bred any enlightened teacher for you or not. If both the teacher and the followers are equally ignorant, of course then you cannot get enlightenment.
There are different kinds of samadhi. Some are permanent and some are not. Are you in samadhi now? how could we reach a permanent state of samadhi?
Are we reading forever or what? Yeah. Samadhi, there are many kinds, of course. There are some kinds that is very short-lived, that you get at the beginning of your practice after initiation. And there's some kind of long-lasting samadhi which takes, sometimes lasts for hours or days. That's after some time of practice. And there are other kind of samadhi which is very ordinary, just like you have it all 24 hours while you are working in this world. That is the samadhi state of a master. Yeah? Then a master looks like a very ordinary sentient being, but the wisdom is very obvious, and the blessing and the power is very transparent.
Are you in samadhi now?
Again, that question?
Are you in samadhi now?
If I say yes, would you believe? If I say no, I'm not worth to sit here. All right?
Can the universe be enlightened?
If you are enlightened, then the whole universe appear enlightened to you.
If we go on to spiritual world, do we then go to other worlds and universities to learn after we?
Yes, in the higher worlds, yes. If we have not reached the mastership, we continue to learn in the higher spiritual worlds. But only when we are initiated by a master while we are living. Then that master continue to take us to the height of our wisdom after we leave this world, should we have not attained it.
How long will there be a new Christic energies on the earth? For how long?
Christ what? Energy? Christ energy?
I think that's what they mean. Christ energies.
How long will it last? Or
how long will it last on the earth? Christ energies.
Christ energies is always there. But if we don't make use of it, we don't know of its existence. So it's always lasting, but yet it's not there if we don't know it.
After we die, what happens?
You know soon enough. Please.
There seems to be many supreme God conscious masters on the earth planet at the present moment. Do all know each other? Are you all the same level of consciousness?
Not necessary. Not necessarily.
Do you see each other on the inner planes?
Yeah.
I totally agree. How can I become a master myself? I am blocked. I read things and I'm not able to repeat it.
Not able to what?
To repeat what the things that he reads. His memory, I guess, is not. How can I become a master myself?
Oh, you first be a disciple, okay? And the path of our practice is to train you to be a master, but it takes some time. Yeah. So first come in, and then you'll be one.
What kind of happiness do we really need?
No. If you're hungry and you have some food, at that time, that is your happiness. And same with every other thing. But if we want a true lasting happiness, then we must have the happiness from the root, from the real world, not the copy of the happiness which exists in this world.
Do you think religion is a source of division between people?
The division between people, which supposed to be caused by religions are not from religion. It is from the misunderstanding of the people who label themselves as one kind of religious followers or the others, and as they compete with each other about the supremacy of their own faith. Yeah. So if we get enlightenment, we will understand thoroughly all the religious teaching, and we will know that originally these are the teachings of the masters which point to the same truth. And if we know that truth, all the religions comes in one fold.
What is the real meaning of enlightenment? Does it mean understanding something you do not know already?
Yes, that's right.
If we don't have a job, don't have money, please tell me where is happy, how we can have a happy life, how to enjoy the human life.
In Canada, you have unemployment benefit, no? Huh? Or not? Yes? Yeah, okay. Then be patient. Take help from the government and search for another job. But if you don't have enlightenment, even if you have the best job in the country, you will have also a lot of headache. Huh?
If one cannot meditate 2.5 hours because of working, what will happen?
Try your best to do it. Yeah? If you don't have enough time, then you meditate in your sleep. It's okay. We have many ways to overcome the worldly obstacles. I'll teach you.
What is the importance, significance of encountering negative, suffering people? Should we shun them or and their negative energies, or resist their negative energies?
We shut them?
Not accept them and resist their negative energies.
Yeah, just ignore it. Ignore it. And protect yourself by your own means of meditation practice.
The Prophet Muhammad never said that we are gods, but we are servants of God.
Oh yeah? Be servant if you wish.
Are you God?
I have already cited many examples, and you still ask this question. You answer yourself. Okay?
There's a white light appearing on the right side. Can you explain that? It appears like it's like a flash.
What right side? My right side? Your right side? And my right side here? People see a lot of light around me, and you see only half? You see only half? Make it complete. You see, you have been blessed with the vision of the true, the halo that is around some so-called enlightened person. And mostly you should see it as the whole circle, but you've seen only half. How come? Is there something wrong with your other eye?
One person is in the grips of an incurable disease. She is in a depressing state. What can one do to get her out of this situation? What about euthanasia? That means killing that person.
Oh, I see. Of course, you try to do what you can to comfort the person when he's sick. But to an enlightened person, these phenomena will be just accepted. Yeah? It's just like you have a beautiful car, but it happened to have an accident, or it's out of order because it's too old, then you repair it, If you can't repair it, it's too expensive to repair, then you buy a new one. All right? God gives us 1,000 billion trillions and trillions of bodies all the time, life after life. What we need is to know where the source of life comes from, not to worry about the body, because we will have plenty. Just like your clothes, yeah? We have plenty of clothes. These clothes get damaged, we buy new one or we wear new one. It doesn't matter so much. What happened to the physical body, it does matter when we do not know our spiritual body. Then we die all the time. We're sick all the time.
This is the last question. For the Christians, God's love is fundamental for the union with Him. This ingredient, is it enough to save us?
It's only the imagination of the mind that we have faith in God, that we love God, that we are united with God. The real union truly does take place. That is when you merge into His glory. You see the light from heaven. You hear the word of God, which is like in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. If we hear that word through initiation, through meditation practice, then we can say we love God, we know God, and we are in union with God. Otherwise, it's all imagination, all novelty, romance of the mind. We can imagine we have money, but we don't necessarily have it. Okay? That's the difference.
Thank you, Master Ching. And
we can't hear a thing. Repeat again.
thank you very much, Master Ching Hai, for your words of wisdom and the answers to the questions that you took so much time to answer. And for those who are interested in initiation, out in the entrance there, on the far right-hand side, the initiation tables are there for registration for those that are interested. And thank you very much, everyone.
So, thank you for being patient so far. I see you later at initiation. The initiation times will be a little bit long time because of all the instructions you have to know for your daily practice. But the enlightenment come immediately. The instructions in this worldly language always take long, but the direct teaching always immediately. So after you be patient and go through with all this, I'll come and switch on the light for you. So, thank you for everyone's kindness. Show your love by spiritual practice, okay? Not by physical mean. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you and best wishes to your country.